Now we will move to the next concept, that is auto increment field. Now what is this? Till now we were seeing that employee ID and we are passing as 1, we are passing it as 2, or maybe student ID, we are passing it as 1 and we are passing it as 2, and so on, 3, 4, 5, like that, right? Which becomes hectic at some point, right? Because every time I insert, I have to see what was the previous row number that was inserted, and after that I have to add that value, right? To overcome this, what we have is auto increment field. That means I don't have to provide the value for employee ID. It will automatically start taking from 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Okay. Here, create table employees, employee ID, integer. Then we have already seen primary key. On top of that, I am saying auto increment, and these two are normal, right? First name, last name, varchar. We have already seen this one. So I will execute this. Okay, employee already exists. So what I have to do is, I have created this previously. So I will say drop table employees, right? I will execute this one. That's fine. Then I will run this one with the new schema, right? So now it has inserted it as auto increment field, right? Now I have two insert statement here. If you see values, I'll bring it down, values. Okay, right? If you see here, I am giving first name, last name. Here also I am giving first name, last name. I am not giving the employee ID, right? Since this is a primary key, I always have to give a value. Otherwise, it will throw error, right? In the same line, I am saying it as auto increment, right? That means start from 1. The next time I insert 2. The next time I insert 3. So I'll say execute, right? And I will execute the second statement also. After this, I will run a select statement. Select star from employees, right? And I will run this one. We will see what happened. First name, and last name, 2 rows were inserted. But if you see this employee ID, it was automatically inserted, right? As 1, as 2, right? This is the concept of auto increment. There might be some scenario where you don't want to add the serial number integer 1, 2, or 3 or 4, like that. We have another concept called UUID, or universally unique identifier, which is, I think, 36 or 38 characters long, which consists of digits and numbers, right? So I'll give you the example for that one, right? So what I have done is created a table called students, plural. Okay, so ID, varchar, and it is a primary key. Till now we understand this much. Here what I have added is a default condition or default constant, in which the default value will be a unique ID generated every time. This is a function call. So every time I do insertion, this function will be called in the default parameter, right? And it will be inserted into the table, right? So let me create the table. Table is created, right? Now I'll try to insert few data, right? So I'll say execute this data, execute this data also, right? Now I'll run a select statement on this one. Here, if you see, we have this unique ID. This is global ID or UUID. This is also a type of data that often you will see in production database or in real world database. Okay, instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, we have this kind of unique identifier, right? So this is all about UUID as primary key.